Now, ABC5 Sports.
Monday night, NASCAR driver Tony Stewart broke his leg while racing in Oskaloosa, and the accident sidelines him for his own charity event. The Stewart Spectacular Kart Race did go on as planned in Knoxville today without him. Four-time NASCAR champion Jeff Gordon still made an appearance. 68 fans donated money to Kick It, Jeff Gordon's foundation, to help research for children's cancer. In return, they got to race go-karts with Gordon and fellow Cup driver Kyle Larson.
For us through Kick It is another fun way for us to do all those things, because we get to have the kickball tournaments. It involves more fans, competitors, sponsors, and it's really taken off.
You see so many young people affected by it, and it hurts your heart. So to come here and help do our part to give back is really special. I know Jeff's been a huge supporter of all this kind of stuff.
Chalked the inaugural event up as a success. More than $13,000 was raised. For just the second time in Mark Farley's 12-year tenure at UNI, the Panthers are coming off a losing season. By all accounts, 2012 was a disappointing year for UNI. The Panthers lost 5 of their first 6 games and failed to make the postseason for the first time since 2009. But guys like Sawyer Morgan and David Johnson back for another year. Expectations are to get back to the playoffs in 2013.
You don't want to change what's working. Sometimes you probably should. Whereas when you're 5 and 6, you're trying to change everything, when really you only need to tweak some things. So that fine line is what needs to be changed to make you better, to fit the new players that you have.
The Panthers season opener is August 31st in Ames. And speaking of Ames, Iowa State announces they've set a new season ticket record. They've sold 40,600 tickets to date. Season ticket sales have increased by 20% in the Paul Rhodes era and 81% since Jamie Pollard came to ISU in 2005. The Drake Bulldogs have won back-to-back conference title, yet they still get no respect in the preseason polls. Drake is picked to finish 3rd in the Pioneer Football League this fall, but there are still a few holes to fill. Chris Creighton must replace 7 starters from last year's championship team, including quarterback Michael Piatkowski. But the incentive is large. For the first time ever, the stakes are being raised in the Pioneer Football League.
We have a shot at least to get in the FCS and see what we can do in the playoffs. So, when it passed, the legislation passed to get us in, we're excited.
And it's going to take everything that we have. Now that prize is definitely bigger. We want to represent our league, in the national playoffs. And we're well aware that there's 11 other programs that want it just as badly as we do.
For the second straight year, Drake will open up the season versus crosstown rival Grandview on Thursday, August 29th.
This is either a block or a charge. Take a look. That has to be called. That has to be called in that situation.
Cyclone fans are still irate about that call, as they should be. The stage was set. A nationally televised game on Big Monday, their first in 5 years with a top 10 Jayhawk team in town. But once again, Kansas escaped defeat to beat Iowa State. Mark your calendars. Again, Kansas will return to Hilton Coliseum January 13th for the rematch. This game will also be televised on ESPN's Big Monday. Iowa State draws a second primetime slot later in the season when they travel to Stillwater to face potential Player of the Year Marcus Smart and the Cowboys on February 3rd. 12 Little Leaguers from Urbandale are just one win away from reaching the Little League World Series. Regional semifinal today in Indianapolis. Urbandale taking on a team from Nebraska. 11th inning, we're tied at 3, but Iowa has the bases loaded. Carter Tronson with a base hit scores the runner from third, and Urbandale advances to the regional finals to play Minnesota Friday on ESPN2.